Hey everybody, welcome to week 2, lesson design, technology integration, EDCI 6710. Now, if you remember this last week when we were starting out, the overarching question was, are we meeting the needs of diverse learners? So after we begin to ask ourselves that question, which through our own experiences and the great conversations that you were having, and then through some of the articles, kind of the answer was no, we're not meeting the needs of diverse learners. So now this next week, we begin to explore the next step, which is when we're not meeting those needs, what is happening? And that's where the achievement gap sets in. The big picture is that we have an achievement gap not only between minority students and white students, but also between social economically disadvantaged students and middle upper class students. When we think about the achievement gap in terms of statistics and test scores, it kind of mystifies what's actually happening in classrooms and the instructional practices that perpetuate the achievement gap for our most vulnerable learners. For example, research tells us that the neediest students are those that benefit the most from project-based learning, yet these practices are more often found in GATE or advanced classes. Consequently, as a field, we can continue to give disenfranchised students a learning environment that focuses on drill and kill style learning, or we can begin to raise our expectations and create lesson designs that empower all learners. So the reading this week comes from an interview of Justin Reich by Henry Jenkins that focuses on EdTech and equity. Justin is a professor and director of the MIT Teaching Systems Lab. Henry is a professor at USC and the writer of influential works such as Confronting the Challenges of Participatory Culture. Henry regularly writes about EdTech topics on his blog, and Justin is the host of the Teach Lab podcast. For our discussion board, you're only going to need to read the link provided in the readings, but I encourage you to make sure you save that and then just kind of jump down the rabbit hole of links, blogs, podcasts that are all available in that page. Let's see. Now, this week, as we're going to keep the conversations going in a new Flipgrid, and I really like, again, how somebody said, I didn't really have an aha moment as much as a moment. So if you've got ahas, if you got mess, let's go ahead and keep those going this week as well. So make sure you post your initial thoughts on the readings on Thursday, or even if you click and go through any of the links there, you can share on that, and then make sure you respond to a couple of people by the due date. Now, the big thing coming this week, or starting this week now, you get this week and then you get the week after. It's going to be to do your innovative lesson design wiki. So make sure that you go in and you look at what that lesson actually is. Please remember, you're only doing the first part, and it's labeled and it's listed there for you which part you're doing. Then after week 3, we reshuffled teams and groups, and you're going to get a chance to go into a different type of lesson. So if you click here, you'll see this is the overview of the project. You'll be able to look at what everything is. You can get a full overview by going through this video. This is what the actual wiki is going to look like. Don't focus so much on the design part. Actually leave the design as it is, because we're going to kind of try and keep the wiki piece right now. Don't focus on that. But you go through it, you could see the template for what you're going to be working on. The instructions are here, an example, my own example, and then the genres that you all signed up for are over here under lesson genre. And if you hit the little drop down menu, you'll see everybody, you'll see the ones that you signed up for. So let's say I'm doing 3-act math task. What you're going to have to do, that's going to be due in a couple of weeks here, somebody's going to do the research, or not somebody, you guys are going to come together, you're going to do the research, the history and pedagogy for this topic that you chose. It doesn't have to completely align to what your topic is, so you can give more background information if it's necessary. For example, if you're doing a 3-act math task, you could include research that talks about these math practices or practices that are similar. So you don't have to, if you're going and you're looking for a research article, your article doesn't have to say 3-act math task. It could say inquiry-based math learning or something along those lines. Then here you're going to do the technology integration part, how can you integrate technology within that type of inquiry-based lesson or innovative lesson design. and then you need 3 legit, like, solid examples. And these don't have to be examples that you've created. However, they can be examples that you've created. So just kind of follow the directions. It's not going to be too much work, but it's going to be important work, because this is going to lay the foundation for what comes for the rest of the semester, and it's going to be good stuff. So just make sure you follow the directions, make sure you hop in there, make sure you reach out if you have any questions. I know week started, or the school started for most people already, and things can be crazy, things can be hectic. Honestly, just reach out if you need any support, if you need any extensions, if you need anything at all. Just reach out. Like, I'm human, I know how this is, and I know that we're all human here, and different circumstances arise. But stay safe, be blessed, and just keep doing a good job, because I know you are. Thank you.